Greetings, everyone. So glad to be here with you. I am launching here today the 21 days of love and courage with Jesus. And I'm so grateful just to share with you a number of various quotes and teachings from Jesus that come straight from the Bible. There's many other great ones that have been channeled and compiled in different various ways and forms of wisdom. I want to share the ones that I've gained from the Bible primarily, and me mix in a few other things. So today I'm going to start off with a quote, and then as we progress, I also, because I channel Jesus, I will channel Jesus at times, and we'll see. I'll be inspired by that as far as which segments will offer that. So the first thing I wanted to share with you today is this quote from Matthew 4, verses 19 through 20. And before I share it, though, I just want to let you know that my own take on all the biblical teachings and everything is that they make an enormous amount of sense in a certain context, and in another context is for some of us, and I would say for myself included, they make no real sense to us. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I'm not here to get into those things, but I'll be talking about more of what does it really mean to us, each one, and I'll share my own reflections on each of these quotes as we go through the 21 days, as I share various quotes in various wisdom. So the first thing here, Matthew 4, verses 19 through 20, Jesus said, "Come after me, I will make you fishers of men." At once they left their nets and followed him. Say it again. Jesus said, "Come after me, and I will make you fishers of men." At once they left their nets and followed him. And when we really let that sink in, I'll say it one more time for it to really sink into your heart so you can really feel it. Just let this sink in. Jesus said, "Come after me, and I will make you fishers of men." At once they left their nets and followed him. For me, what comes up in this quote, as I tune into my own heart, into my own sacred point in my heart, the center of my heart, is for me to let go completely. For me, when the call comes, whether it comes from Jesus himself or from Spirit, that it does not matter to me. That ultimately the calling, the embodied love that Jesus represents for us, is calling to us. And the really awesome thing is when we let go and we can let go into that, we too can become one with that embodied love that Jesus represents. And from that place, a divine recognition that when he said this to the disciples, those that were coming on board, he's saying this to us as well. "Come after me, I will make you fishers of men." And at once they left their nets and followed him. We are being asked to be in our hearts, to follow the divine pulse that's always there, that goes way beyond all conceptions, even any subtle conceptions we have that we often navigate our intuition through. And we become clear. We become deeply centered in our hearts. We want to give our heart to everything because we know our only salvation is giving our heart to everything. And that there's nothing for us to lose by doing so. We're coming from that deep place in the heart. That there's only fulfillment. There's only a bringing of heaven here to earth. There's only a clear understanding and knowing that comes when we're ready to leave what we have been about in the past, to drop our nets, to drop our old ways, and to follow him to follow that which Jesus represents. And that we can, as I'm calling you out from the heart of Jesus during this time, as I've been called to do this work, is to call you to embody this love and to bring the leadership that you're here to bring as well. That together we have great strength in this communion, and to gather that energy that is so strong throughout the world, that goes beyond all the divisions that we talk about all the time, people talk about all the time. And all that drops out. All that doesn't even matter now when you drop your nets. And now we can actually serve. We can actually serve from that deep place. It's like the wildfires in California or any natural disaster where everything's up in the air and now finally everyone just surrenders all these ideas and opinions. And now we can just show up for love, serve. So we can be fishers of men and just bringing our love forth, but also that we can help people bring them to their alignment in their hearts and to the love that they are and to the true salvation of the Christ within each of us. That means being one with God, one with our sacred heart. So I'm asking you, as Jesus asks, is for you to drop your nets, to follow me in the sense of what this represents. And I'm delighted to have you just experience that and to let that into your heart. And know now is always the right time. There is no other time. This is truly always now for such endeavors. So I'm grateful for you, and I look forward to serving you through these 21 days. All my love, peace, and blessings. Namaste.